It's time for Damn Good Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Shelby Clement. From corporate executive to CEO to entrepreneur and the founder of Damn Good Marketing Live. This podcast is all about digital marketing, building a business you love, and creating a brand that's authentic to who you are. So if you're ready for honest, raw marketing conversations that you will not find anywhere else, let's freaking get it. Oh my God, Brandi Heath.
We are here.
Welcome to Damn Good Marketing Podcast. I cannot wait to talk to you today.
So excited.
I didn't even tell you what we were talking about.
I know. I can't wait.
Literally, everybody was like, hey, what are we talking about? I'm like, I'm not telling you because we're just going to have a conversation.
It's okay.
Okay, so let's talk you, what you do, where you were, where you are, all the things. I have so many questions.
So started off in 2023, which, I mean, I've been a residential contractor, interior designer for forever. So it's really where I started and what I actually do or really did on a full-time basis. I've slowly transitioned out of that now.
Yeah.
But just started posting like a few recipes. I had some friends who just, like were asking what I was cooking that night and everything. And so I'd send it to them and then met with you and told you this crazy idea of what I wanted to do.
I want to just paint the picture really quick. Okay, guys, she is a contractor or was a contractor.
Yes.
So she owned L&H Homes.
Yes, we met about L&H Homes.
Literally met I ran her social media.
Yes.
And we were sitting down at Coffee Rainy in Mandeville. And you're like, but I have this idea. And I want you to elaborate. Tell them what you named it. Like, give them that. Because every time, every conversation I've had today, I forget that, we're actually talking to people not from here.
Right.
Because there are people that listen elsewhere. So I want you to, tell them, the name. And then go into, what we talked about at Coffee Rainy.
Yes. So the name came from because my husband always makes fun of me just because I always try to keep things so easy for dinner. Just kids running around, the whole 9 yards. I was, trying to get pregnant again, too, at the time. And everything. So dinner is just always hectic for everybody. I feel like even if you don't have kids, I feel like just getting home after work, it's always hectic.
It's stressful. What the hell are we eating for dinner?
It is, exactly. And then it's the whole, the whole conversation throughout the whole day. The main question of every single day, what's for dinner? Mm-hmm. And I was tired of talking about it every single day. So I decided I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to, take it over and this is what we're going to eat and I'm making it easy.
Yeah.
And that's just what we done. So Shane, actually my husband, always made fun of me a little bit because everything I was cooking was in one pot because I didn't want to clean up everything either.
Who wants to?
Right. So that's kind of where the name came from. And I was just like, you know what? I was like, I can't be the only mom out here or even just woman just coming home from work who needs easy recipes. So I was like, I love helping people with anything. So I was like, let me just start, throwing stuff out there, see if people need it, what the community is like and what people want. And so it just started taking off and literally started off with 400 followers.
Literally in 23.
You remember that?
In 23.
Yeah. I mean, and that was like August of 23. Yes. And I just randomly started posting some pictures and everything. And as of today, which is almost April of 25, I'm right under 10,000.
You are. I know. Mm-hmm. I was like, what?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And I just had my first super viral 1.3 million, views.
Yes. Which one was that one?
That was the leprechaun bait, which is so funny because it's not even a full recipe.
Because it's so
random.
It's
so
stuff.
Fun. Yeah. It's always the most random stuff. You never know.
So, okay, if you're listening to this, we're just kind of fire hose hydrants spewing at you right now. Let me paint the picture a little bit more. So she is an influencer, aspiring well, now she's an influencer.
Just made the transition this year.
Just this year.
Full-fledged transition of, I was doing it last year, but still working full-time, still owning my own company, still doing all that. Pregnant, had a baby, all that. My son is now 8 months old. But as of the beginning of this year, I fully transitioned. I finished out everything on the other end of building and fully transitioned into this year to focus on it.
Isn't it so wild?
It's so
to even think about it. One, I felt like we've known each other forever. But two, for you to sit down, God, why am I dumb? Why did we not video that day?
I don't know.
Why did we not video our conversation? Or we didn't even take a picture. We didn't document anything.
I wasn't influencing anything. It didn't even register
No, but we were like,
me.
This was an idea. We should have known in the moment it was going to take off.
I know.
And it took off so well because you got very clear on what you wanted to do. You are the one pot mama.
Yes.
You literally post all about recipes. Everything on your grid is recipes. She did exactly what she was told. She stayed very clear with her goal and her mission.
And very consistent.
Very consistent.
Which is one thing that you always taught from the beginning was being very consistent with everything. So it was the one thing that I always took to heart of making sure, like, if I wanted to truly take this where it needed to be, to stay consistent with things. But I also loved, I mean, look, even if one or two people commented on something and said that they loved it, like, that made me so happy and like wanted to give them more. So I love the fact of helping everyone, like, easily do stuff in the kitchen and making cooking fun again.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it can get so monotonous and be like, oh, I'm making the same 4 things every week, you know? So it's fun.
It is. Okay, so you are the exception because you're like the happiest person I've ever quite literally met. Y'all, I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. I've probably never seen her mad. Maybe, actually never. I can't even say like once.
It takes a lot.
It's okay. But I will say this, like at any moment that as you were growing, because like I want you to like just be real, raw, and vulnerable. I'm not sure if you ever dealt with this because you are like a happy bubble. Is when you were going along this journey, did you ever be like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I feel like the needle's not moving. I feel like I'm not growing enough. I feel like I should be making money from this. Like, did you ever get to the point where it was like, holy shit, this does take a lot of work? And did you ever want to shut it down? Or were you just like at a realization that like it does take so much to do this?
Right. So yes, 100%. I mean, I feel like everybody goes through some kind of transition, especially when they're starting something new, or even if they've been in something already. But there was a time I was still having my full-time job. I was still working. I was still finishing a house. I just had Cole. I was trying to still I was like, okay, I really actually love this and want to move forward with this. But how do I make it? I was trying to do too many things at one time.
Yeah.
How do I make it to where it really should go and can go, and I know where it can go, and while still doing the other to still pay the bills, right? I mean, because, still real life. I mean, it's fun to make recipes and all that, and it's fun to share them with everybody. But if I'm going to really do it, I mean, I have to make a living out of it.
Yeah.
So it was that whole transition period as I have, a newborn infant, of course, because why not?
Why not?
And,
add to the
it
fire?
was just the full breakdown of, okay, I never felt like I didn't want to do it because I just somewhere in my heart knew that this was the path that I needed to take. But I felt very, just unsure of how to take that path.
Yeah.
And which way to go and all about that. And honestly, I truly prayed about it and was just like, how should I do this? Like, I need some signs. Which direction should I go? And it truly led me there. So I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to push it out the rest of the year of still doing everything I need to do for One Pot Mama, but still obviously focusing and finishing up everything for L&H Homes. But I'm making the transition the beginning of next year. And I just went full-fledged in and went all in.
And then you called me. Was it?
I did.
Was it January?
It was January.
It was January. So when God said, hey, take a chance, surrender, go chase your damn dreams.
It happened.
I get a text message from Brandy. I think it's like, can you talk? I don't exactly remember what it was, but I do remember when I finally got on the phone with you, I literally screamed for you because we've been working so hard. I'll let you land this plane and tell people why I screamed. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I got a phone call.
If you don't want.
Sure. So I got a phone call and it was a brand. So back up just a tad bit. In the very beginning of everything, I didn't even know how Instagram, all the collabs, everything like that worked in the very beginning. And it was so funny because I kept every single reel that I would do or every single even post. I wouldn't just tag people. I would ask them to collab with me. I didn't even know what that meant and understand truly.
That is hilarious.
Yes, they're not going to obviously just do that.
Yep.
But I didn't really realize.
But hey, you got their attention.
Yes, but I didn't really realize what all, exactly how it worked. So fast forward, obviously learned more. And I was like, oh, clearly, okay, that's why nobody ever accepted. Obviously.
Yeah.
But so I started reaching out, though, just through emails to everybody or just through direct messaging on Instagram, through all these different brands, and was just like you always say, just shooting my shot. A lot of people didn't answer. Some people said no. Some people said, oh, I'll send you a gift. Whatever. That's fine. So fast forward into this year, whenever I finally said, okay, I'm going to take the leap of faith and I'm going to put everything into this because I can't keep splitting, putting both eggs in 2 baskets or 1 egg in 2 baskets, however it is, and splitting myself apart because neither one will be truly successful.
Yeah.
And so whenever I did that, I swear it was probably 10 days later that I got an email and saying that they wanted to have a phone call and all that. great, sure, no problem. I was very excited, talked to them. And I mean, they changed my world because it was the biggest brand deal that, I had to date. I was doing little things and stuff. Now it's completely turned things around. And it just made me completely feel like, okay, this is actually going to work and we can do this. Because, there's cost involved with anything that you
All
do,
of it.
obviously.
It's a risk.
Yes, it's a risk. And, just the startup of everything. And so, it's the unsure part of it all. And then that happened and I couldn't even believe it, truthfully. And I didn't even think that it was real until I got the contract. And I swear I read it at least 16 times.
Because you were like,
before
this
I was like,
real.
wait, hold on. And I had so many other people read it, be like, am I reading this correctly?
Right. And it's so crazy that when you finally surrender and say, I'm going to go all in, because exactly what you said, when you try to split your attention or your time or whatever, you're not going all in on anything.
Yeah.
You really are. And when you went all in and I got this phone call, I was like, holy shit.
Yes.
This is what you've been working for for a year. Mm-hmm. And y'all, the brand deals that you can make influencing are truly life-changing.
Oh.
If you stick it out long enough, because like she just said in the beginning, it's risks you're taking, it's investments you're taking with zero return, zero in that moment return.
Right.
Not long-term return because you are building brand awareness, you're growing, and eventually your brand will reach out. But in that moment is a risk.
Yeah.
And so what advice do you have for someone that's starting and influencing, no matter what type of influencing they're doing, when they get frustrated, they don't get paid enough through LTK, whatever it is, they might doubt themselves. What is it? What kind of advice did you give them?
I actually had an influencer who's actually a good friend tell me a long time ago to save every comment that somebody leaves for you. If they it's like a little review or whatever. If they send it to you just in a message, or if it's a comment on a post or anything like that, save all of those. So whenever you have those days, go back and look at them all and go back and look at the fact that you're actually helping and doing what you're there to do.
Yes.
And so it helps you push forward and be like, okay, this isn't for nothing, right? I am actually helping people. I am actually accomplishing what I'm trying to do. And so that's always stuck with me too. So on those days of okay, this is just, it's too much, not going to stick through it or anything like that. Nothing's happening. Go back and look at all those and look at all of the people who it really is affecting. And so, and you have to stick with it. If it's something that in your heart that you know what you want to do and you know that it's going to be good, you have to stick with it because consistency is key for it. And if it's in you, you're always going to have hard days for anything, right?
Yeah.
So no matter if it's influencing or if it's just any other job out there, you're always going to have hard days. And there's always going to be days that you just want to give up because it's just not making a difference. But if you save all of those things and if you save everything that people send you, then you'll remember why you're doing what you're doing.
Yes.
And it kind of just gives you a brand new light to be like, oh, okay, hold on. No, I'm being a little ridiculous. Let me just refocus
And
go get a little workout in,
yes.
refocus,
Walk
and push
away.
forward. Yeah.
I just think that that's so genius because I need to do that. Now I'm gonna be I need to
Yes.
go back because I screenshot them and then I'll go look for a picture and I'm like, what is that screenshotted message or whatever?
Yeah.
And I forget they're in there and I'll just make a little album. That is such a great
Yes,
advice.
I have an album in my phone, and that's exactly what she told me. She said, make a little album, and every time somebody says something, screenshot it and put it in there.
Says something nice. Is
Yeah,
what we
well,
mean.
yes, of
Don't,
course.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
screenshot something mean if you
You
really
can,
want.
but I mean, I definitely don't.
Sometimes you have to clarify. You know, sometimes
I get
people
it.
just don't get it.
Yes, all of the positive reinforcement, I keep in a folder and I go back and look at it. And truthfully, and even on days that it's not a rough day, I'll just go back and look at a few things and I'm like, oh, that makes me so happy.
Yeah, because you forget
know?
because we're in a world of
Yes.
fast-paced everything.
Of course.
What is your advice on getting attentions of brands?
Oh, shoot your shot. Just do it. I mean, tag them with everything. Reach out to them. If they don't answer, reach out to them again 6 months later. If they still don't answer, then just keep doing it. You'll eventually get to the people that you want to get to. And some people might saying no, and that's fine too. But just consistently keep doing it and keep tagging them. But I also only tag and I guess put myself out there with people who I know and love.
Yes.
I don't ever work with people and truly promote them. Now, I try new things. If somebody wants to send me something, I try new things for sure. And if I love it, of course, I'll tell you about it. But I don't just tell you about everything.
Yeah.
And I don't just tell you about things that I don't like and say that I do like them, because that's not true. And just like with anything else, you have to be your true, authentic self. And look, you might like it, I might not, but I mean, I'm not going to promote it if I don't like it.
You're not just doing it for the money.
I mean, forever, it's so funny. Forever, the whole cottage cheese thing, right, has been this viral trend for years now, I feel like. And I have always, my entire life, hated cottage cheese.
I've never even tried it, and I won't.
Okay, so I grew up with my mama loving cottage cheese, and she would literally sit there and eat it out of the tub. And I just always thought that it was the most disgusting looking thing ever. So I just really never even tried it, and I really never even did anything. So all of last year, whenever it was a huge viral thing in 2024 and everybody was making all these recipes with it, like, you can go back and look at my content and see that I have nothing with cottage cheese because I never liked it and never even was willing to try it.
Right.
And so finally this year, I think it's really more so of me trying to be healthier this year, that I was like, it is such a good source of protein. So I was like, okay, let me just give it a shot. Let me just try it. And I really do actually have a newfound love for it. And so I have been putting it in a lot of things. So that's why you're starting to see it more this year, but it's only because I love it, and I think that that's what's really real with a lot of people, and especially being any kind of influencer, whether it's food, fashion, anything like that. Only promote and only reach out to the brands that you actually really love. Because then it's authentic.
Right. Because if not, you're not going to sell shit.
Correct.
Or they're going to find out you don't even like it, and they're not going to support you, and then your trust is gone like that.
Correct.
Girl, you sound like you've been influencing for like 7 years.
Goodness, no.
I'm like, tell us all about it. I'm so excited. So we kind of skipped literally over this. So she's not only an influencer, but you just developed a cookbook.
I did. Yes.
Tell them about it.
Yes. So I had my first cookbook. It came out right before the holidays last year. It is 50 recipes, all of my top 50 one-pot recipes. So some of them are easy weeknight dinners. Really, most of them are. But then there's probably like 10 of them that are like big pot meals, like I like to call them, that you're going to cook on like a Saturday or Sunday. You're not, going to cook them for the weeknight just because they take a little bit longer to cook. But it's so many great recipes. I think I have like over 800 sold the last time that I looked at it. And it's been so amazing, truthfully. I mean, I've loved every second of it. Putting together a cookbook, you just did it with your sister.
Well, I did nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, she just did it. I mean,
I'm very proud of her, but I'm on the outside.
Oh, I was so proud of her.
I'm
yes.
like, I'm proud of you, but like,
it's way more work than you think. Yes. But so it took a lot longer to get there than I thought, because I was also pregnant at the time when I was doing it, and I was like,
longer,
no
she
big deal.
just means not at her fast pace. Because God, like, you hadn't made a year yet. Like, when you probably developed it, right?
Yeah,
because it came out last what month?
Yeah, it came out last October, so it was really right at a year.
People are like, what, Brandy? I know, I get it. I'm right there with you. I'm telling you, she's in a happy bubble because you're killing it. Like, this is just the beginning. Like, you were made for this, but I love that you kind of have taken them listening on the journey of. It's the way it happened for you is not going to happen for everyone. First off,
no, absolutely not. But you also have to make it happen.
You can't just expect for it to happen.
You can't expect it to happen, and that is one thing. I mean, and that's I guess kind of who I am, just in general. Is I am that person that if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go
all in,
full fledged, and go all in and do it. And so I'm going to put myself out there. I am going to. Did somebody just like come to me and say, "Oh, hey, let's make a cookbook"? No, I did it. I reached out. Yes. I had somebody reach out to me and kind of give me the idea about it. Mm-hmm. But no, I made it happen. It wasn't, somebody just coming and just putting it on the table. I made it happen. I mean, I have spices in the work that I'm making happen. I have, just so many other things in the works, but I'm making it happen. And so you can't just sit back and let things happen, because it's not going to.
No.
You have to do it.
But also something different from you and people that are chasing a dream or that haven't accomplished their dream or started is you took so many risks in the beginning. You invested not knowing what was going to happen. You invested in us. You invested your time.
Yeah.
You invested being so freaking uncomfortable. I remember you were like, I was like, Brandy, you have to show your face on stories. You're like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, you have to show your face. Like, it's been freaking 8 months. Like, why are you not putting your, like, she'd post a picture.
I wouldn't even talk for the longest time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that was this year. No, that was in the end of last year, I think, right?
End of it. Like, but I mean, for the longest time in the very beginning, like, I wouldn't even do
pictures.
a voiceover.
No.
Like, I hated that.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Remember? And so,
I was like, Brandy, they got, okay, pause. Let's get real. When you did content that was just content and video, I mean, and audio of like music, it was all right. The moment, I'm not saying like quality wise, the moment when you put your voice behind that
completely changed.
It changed everything.
Yes.
And then when you put your face on camera for stories,
changed even more. Yes.
Why do you think that happened?
Well, because it shows who you are, just like you always say. It's such, just.
I didn't pay her to say this either.
No, right. But I mean, it just, and it really, I knew that you were always right about it. It just took me baby steps to get there. And that's okay too.
That's okay.
It is
you
okay
started
too.
With selfies?
Yes, I did. Exactly. I mean, I remember the first like true probably selfie, I guess, that I did was, remember, I was pregnant. I was newly pregnant and I registered my son, my oldest son, at a school in a completely different state.
Yes. I remember this.
And so that was
deposit and all, everybody.
Literally deposit and all.
Just
like true pregnancy brain.
They called and they're like, ma'am?
Yes. And so that was like the first time that I really, like, I guess on my stories kind of put myself out there of like telling true real life stuff, not just like what's behind the camera or what I'm making for dinner. And that really, like, I had so many people reach out because it's so relatable. Like, I mean, a lot of people have been pregnant. So like every mom out there was just like, oh my God, I've done, something even worse, or, just anything, or like how funny, so it truly makes you a real person. And just like you said, just authenticity.
I know.
Is, it's
authentic.
Key.
Screw it.
It's key. So, it does make a huge difference whenever you put not only your voice, but your face. And you don't have to share every single little detail of your life, but just some of the fun things that you want to share is great, just so people can kind of be on that journey with you. And, I guess I've just kind of learned that throughout it all. And I really actually enjoy it now, and that's kind of the thing too, is just, it's fun. Like,
you now are an influencer, period, the end. But the thing is, like, if you're listening to this and you are on the journey of being an influencer or a micro influencer or whatever the case is, you have to bring people along on the journey. You are a walking personal brand.
Yes.
They trust you, they buy from you. If they don't trust from you, you will not be successful.
No, 100%.
You will not grow in your followers. You will not get brand deals. You will not sell anything, no matter how many cookbooks. And the fact that, like, and I like to tell people this. The people that do give me pushback that says, I can't get on video, that's fine. Do a selfie and just do a to-do list. Right. Or take a picture of your favorite mug and do a to-do list. Because I'm going into something good next, is I want you to talk about the power of collaboration within other influencers or businesses that you've done. Because you've strategically placed yourself in giveaways, sponsorships, partnering with other influencers, partnering with really good brands, like the other day, the Neat Method. Like these things have changed the game for you. And can you elaborate on why it's the importance of collaborating?
Yes. So because
wait, let me preface this a little bit more. Free collaboration. So like when you actually collaborate with people, it's not like you're not making anything, they're not making anything. It's like free for that.
Yes.
Can you tell me?
So all of those collaborations and everything that I've always, that we did a lot last year. I mean, I still do today, but putting yourself out there with all of that gets you behind so many more eyes, and it makes you even more of a real person with so many other people. And look, there's so many amazing people out there, whether they're influencers or just other people to collab with, or just other businesses in town, or anything that makes sense, within what you're doing, that even just you putting yourself out there for them too helps them, which is awesome as well. And so it helps grow, but it helps grow in an authentic way.
Yes.
So because, the whole, I hate boosting anything, paying for stuff, buying followers. Like, I've never done that.
I would kill
the
you.
whole 9 yards.
I literally
Absolutely.
would.
But
I
it's
would
not
I know where you
authentic. Right, exactly. It's not authentic anyway. So it doesn't even matter. And I remember listening to stuff in the very beginning of trying to figure out all of this and how to do what I wanted to do. And there was some people who would say to do that, but majority of the people obviously said not to. And it just doesn't give you an authentic community. And those people aren't going to buy anything from you because they're bots, basically, at the end of the day. So putting yourself with other people that are within your community, especially too, helps grow the awareness of yourself and those people within your community, because they're the people who want to reach out to you and who want to buy from you and who want to support you.
Yes.
And that's so important. And showing your support to the other businesses and everything too, and whoever else you collab with, is just so great for all of them as well.
100%. And I think too, something that you touched on, and I didn't even go there, and I thought my brain would have gone there immediately, but in the world of influencing, what matters the most to brands is followers and engagement.
Yes.
So if you buy followers, they can hell, I can go to your account and say you bought shit. Like,
yes,
I
you
know
can
just
tell
by
immediately.
looking.
Yeah.
So there's a thing now, if you're listening to this and you did not know this, you could buy followers, you can buy engagement. But brands know the difference between bought engagement versus real engagement. Number one, you could get lucky and get a brand deal because they're like, holy crap, they get a lot of engagement. But they realize those bots are not buying. They're just commenting weird shit on your posts that sound like a human being. So you're hearing it from me, but you're also hearing it from an influencer sitting across from me that
don't do it.
not buy, because the goal of being an influencer is to grow your following, to grow your community, to get engagement.
And
that's
honestly, that non-authentic either, followers or just, engagement that you're buying actually in the long run hurts you.
Yep.
So it really doesn't help you at all. It costs you money for no reason. Take that money, go invest it in other ways into the business that you're trying to start up. Don't do that.
Yep.
Absolutely not.
Just like it's so many things, because so many people just want that quick fix.
Yes.
And they want, and
it does take time.
And it's vanity. It's a vanity metric that truly is not authentic to you.
Yes.
And if that's your only drive, that people see that you have 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers, if that's your only goal here, then we're on two different conversations anyway, because you're not going to be successful. So
no.
I just love that you did cover that part of it. Okay. Last question.
Yeah.
What's next? What do you see happening? What do you see coming?
There's so many fun things in the works right now.
Just tell us anything you can, or just say to be continued.
So a little bit of both. So there's several things. So there's another cookbook coming in the works right now, but I'm also going to be doing several ebooks, which is great, just to get like a few different 10 recipes, like easy, quick stuff.
Yeah.
You can have that, just put it on your counter, make everything like that for the week. I just signed on with a different platform, actually, like I was telling you earlier, which is just going to make things
did you tell me this?
so much, which makes things so much easier for you. You can actually, once you get the recipe, you can actually put it all into your Instacart with the push of a button. So it helps if you're saying, okay, oh, Brandy, I want to cook this tonight. Send me this recipe. Or if you see it on a reel and you immediately, push the recipe forward, it'll go straight to your Instacart, which is awesome. You can get it immediately that day, or you might even have most of it at home. Take it out of whatever you need. But so that's another fun thing. And then just different spices coming down the road, which is very exciting. Different big collabs coming down the road, which is very exciting. So there's a lot of stuff in the works that I'm very excited for. And I think it's going to be such a great year. I can't believe it's actually only already April.
It's already, January was so long and now we're in April.
Which is crazy.
Yes.
But it's going to be such a fun year. It really is.
All right. Tell everybody where they can find you. How can they connect?
Yes, find me. So Instagram, the1potmama_. And my website is just the1potmama.com. But I have over 150 recipes on there. All my reels, which is easy to follow on Instagram, on TikTok, Facebook, all the 9 yards.
And buy her cookbook. I'll put every single thing in the show notes. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. It was such a fun day.
Guys, if you like this episode, please comment, share, leave us a review. And until next time, let's freaking get it. And that's a wrap on another episode of Damn Good Marketing Podcast. Thank you all so much for being here. Make sure you comment, review, share it with a friend. Come back next week. And until next time, let's freaking get it.